Good evening, freaks and friends, and welcome to Math Bites. I'm your host, Math Machine, and it's the weekend. And I have decided that what I'm going to do is on the weekends, Saturdays, Sundays, whatever day I decide to record this, I'm going to just do a long, drawn-out rant. I know, I can hear, what's different from normal? Shut up. This is actually going to be not topical or not based on any sort of news of the day or anything. This is just going to be stuff that I firmly have issues with or believe in, or just nonsensical rants that I just want to go on. Because A, I find that it's kind of therapeutic to just talk and rant about something for long periods of time, and B, I like to curse. And I curse a lot when I rant, so there you go. Which brings me into the topic at hand for today. Censorship, or more specifically, forced censorship. See, I got nothing wrong with if you want to censor yourself for comedic effect or for artistic purposes. That's fine. Go ahead. You're the artist. You're the YouTube personality. You're the whatever the hell you're doing. You have every right to do what you want. But when someone else says to you, oh, no, you used a bad word, we can't have you do that, that I take issues with. And I think that that's the one thing that I've taken issue with, probably not the longest per se, but the most reliably. Like, some stuff will come in and out that I might be upset with. This one I'm generally upset about on a regular basis because it influences so many art forms and mediums where they have to abide by these rules of what is and is not a bad word. And I'm just going to I guess I'm just going to talk about why I don't like them and where they come from and what happened in general. And I think a bit of the reason I don't understand why it is like it is, it's a generational thing. I'm probably just too young to understand why people take offense with bad words, because growing up, I never really took offense to like the big issue words like fuck, piss, shit. I never saw why they were bad. I never really understood why they were bad. Only when I was told they were bad did I think they were bad. Before that, I'd heard them tons of times, and it never fazed me. Oh, by the way, there's a excuse I've heard. Oh, we have to protect the children. We have to protect the children. Have you been to an elementary school lately? God damn it. Good Lord, those kids, those 10-year-old kids, will say shit that would make a sailor blush. Good Lord, there is no point in trying to protect the children anymore. They know. They know what these words are, what they mean. They may not, some of them may not have full context, but trust me, they all know what they are, and they use them. Now, the big one that I find, well, I think it's the big one anyway. I'm pretty sure this one is censored every single where. There's not at any point in time where this isn't censored. But this is, oh, and also this is particularly pertaining to the United States. There may be other countries that have stricter rules. There may be other countries that have that are less tight about these kind of rules. This focuses on the U.S. predominantly, because that seems to be we aren't the tightest, but for having as much freedom of speech and civil liberties and all this kind of stuff that we shout that we have, we are really uptight about this, which always amuses me because we will allow any kind of violence, any kind of just anything horrible, bad that you can visually see without there being any kind of words connected to it, and that's hunky-dory. Just go ahead. You want to shoot a guy's head off? Fine. You've got no problem with that. Just can't say shit. Oh, no. That's where we draw the line. We're kind of messed up like that. So anyway, the big one that I've found that has held the test of time is fuck. And I've never I have honestly never gotten why that one is the really bad one. Considering that fuck and fucking is probably the oldest and the most commonplace thing that not only us human beings, but any species can do. It's procreation. It's how we survive as a race. We have to breed to make more of us so that we can continue going on. Otherwise, we die. We will just become dust in the wind. There won't be any more of us to take over. So I've never understood, just as a rational human being that can think about this kind of shit for 2 seconds, why fuck is so damn bad. But I have never. Music, you can't say fuck. TV, you can't say fuck. Movies, you can within a limit. Unless you're like an X-rated movie or porn, where you're kind of doing that already, so being able to say it is kind of expected. R-rated movies, I think, have like 2 or 3 limit, generally. Unless you're going for a hard Quentin Tarantino R. He pushes the limit, and God bless him for it. And but generally speaking, even in R-rated movies, it's barely allowed, and I don't get why people are so uptight about that. Considering it's like even in the I'm gonna hate mentioning this. Even in the Bible, this guy begat that guy, began that guy, began that guy, begat that guy. You know how they begat? They fucked. God damn it! What do you think that we just spawned out of Cabbage Patches? Oh wait, Cabbage Patch Kids. So there's that one, and especially in songs, I find the workarounds for that are hilarious. I'm gonna just list off lyrics from a couple of songs. I'm so wet and wild, I want to do it doggy style. Can't say fuck, but you can say that. You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. Once again, you can say that, but you can't say fuck. Let them. We know what's going on in those songs. If you can't process from those lyrics that fucking is involved, you might have a problem. It's especially in songs. I listen to a lot of heavy metal music. A lot of my friends listen to rap music and hip hop. You can sing about sex, violence, rape, murder, assault, anything. Just can't say fuck. And that and a few other words. But you can describe all this stuff without any sort of problem at all. They'll put the explicit lyric banner on your CD. But other than that, you can sing about this shit all you want. But the minute you say fuck or ass or something, ooh, that's when people get mad. There's another one, by the way. Ass. Once again, I just don't get how that one became a bad word. You have an ass. I have an ass. Everybody has an ass. At least I hope they would. Or it would be really painful to sit down. Shit. Once again, I shit, you shit, we shit. I would hope. Otherwise, you have some kind of backlog in you that is not healthy. Crap is in that same family. Both of them are bad, apparently, because they're the same word and people just don't like poop. Anything dealing with genitalia. Cock, pussy. Tits is mostly okay these days. There's a lot of workarounds for it, and There's a lot of appropriate words, and there's a lot of bad words involved with tits, but they've mostly given up trying to censor out that. But anything dealing with genitalia, I don't get why. We all have it. Again, I hope we would. Why can't we say it? And the workarounds that they allow are sometimes more disturbing than the actual words themselves. You can't say fucking. One of the most common workarounds is making love. To which I argue, there's a difference, my friend. You can make love to your spouse or someone that you are in love with when you're going down to the corner and you're picking up a person of the night. That is not making love. That is fucking. Because I will ask you, what's love got to do with it? Whoopee is another really old school one that you generally don't hear much anymore, but you'll still hear in older shows. You didn't have sex or fuck. You made whoopee, which I think is probably the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. If you actually, as a grown man or woman, at any point, either during or after fucking, say, whoopee! You might want to get checked out for something, because I'm pretty sure there's something wrong with you. Instead of ass, we say bum or buttocks. Which, why? It's the same damn thing. Bum, ooh, you got kicked in the bum. Buttocks. Buttocks sounds sillier than ass. I don't get it. Can't say crap, you have to say poo-poo. Because we're 5. Instead of all the genitalia, I think that generally even the appropriate words are censored half the time, but there's like instead of penis, you say wing wang or whamazama or things like that, which that just sounds so ridiculous. Wing wang? Who came up with this shit? It's just it was perfectly described. I think that this whole thing started, ironically, because of George Carlin. A long time ago, back in the, I believe it was 60s, he described this as he was making a joke about bad words, and a reverend heard him on the radio, and instead of turning the dial up or down to change the station, or, God forbid, turning the other dial to turn it off, he called into the radio station and said, "I do not approve of this Mr. Carlin's word that he doth proclaim." And that actually became pretty much what was the list of inappropriate words that you could not say on the radio or television. Carlin's 7 dirty words. It still holds up amazingly well today. And even some things that I'm not sure how fit into that category, fall into that. A earlier Family Guy episode where we are first introduced to Brian's long-standing idiot girlfriend, the blonde girl. When Stewie first sees her, his initial question to Brian, and I don't remember which one came first because they go back and forth on these all the time, was, are her parents brother and sister? Which was supposed to be a joke because she was acting like she was inbred or something, because she was just that stupid. I don't get why they censored that. They censored it with is she retarded? I believe that's how they censored it. I may be going backwards on it, but one way or the other, I don't get why either one would have to be censored. And then over the years, they have gone back and forth on that. One year I'll hear it one way, one year I'll hear it a different way. And it also matters the channel you watch on, apparently. I've seen these episodes new on Fox, and they are a lot tighter. If I watch it on the reruns on Cartoon Network, they actually can get away with a lot more. I'm not sure if it's because it's later in the day or because it's a cable channel. But either way, I don't see the point. One way or another, it's a TV channel. Cartoon Network is the channel for kids. It's cartoons. And yet they're allowed to get away with more than Fox is. What the fuck? Oh, by the way, speaking of that, the finger. Flipping the bird. That is something that they will censor heavily on TV. Pretty much anything. They will censor that out, or they will like cut out where the character did that. I don't get why. Because it made me think of the word, and thinking of it is just as bad as saying it. And yet, we allude to things, and we say things, and we do things all the time that instantly... Hell, just censoring the word. If they just, like in songs, Tool's Anima, and I know I'm pronouncing that horribly, is a perfect example. They say fuck basically every fifth word in that song, and they censor it. It's just like a bleep or a cut or something like that. And when they do that, that draws more attention to the fact that it's a bad word than just letting it. Like if I just heard fuck L. Ron Hubbard and fuck all his clones, fuck all you gun-toting hip gangster wannabes. If I just heard them say that, I wouldn't think. I just hear the lyrics. I wouldn't even focus on the fact that he was saying fuck every fifth word. But they censor it. It's like L. Ron Hubbard and all his clones, all you gun-toting hip gangster wannabes. It's like, I can hear that. I focus on that because it's more... your brain draws more attention to the fact that something was being censored rather than something was being said. So censoring it defeats it in the first place because everybody already knows what the words are. So when you hear censoring like that, you're immediately going through your mental Rolodex of, oh, okay, what word fits here? Fuck, shit, piss, damn, crap, motherfucker. Okay, let's see. Yes, this works, this works, this works. Actually, that doesn't work, but that would be pretty good in this situation. I don't get why we continue to do this. The FCC is just so uptight about this every single time. Anytime they get a call from someone, and there is always someone, because Lord knows you can't change a television station or just turn it off. No, you have to complain to somebody. Whenever they hear one person, they equate that with like 50 million. Because apparently the FCC doesn't know how to count. And then I'm trying to remember what the music equivalent. I'm not sure if that's under the FCC or its own rating board. I forget what that one's called, but they're not quite as bad. They've become pretty lenient over the years, but they're still bad with it. Like the big words you still can't say, but they've loosened up on it a lot. They'll still put the explicit thing on your CD or your iTunes page or whatever, but otherwise they've pretty much given up trying to stop people from censoring these because they figure it's a lost cause. TV is that one medium where it's still pretty dominant, and it's going away, but it's a slow battle. I pine for the day when I can just turn on a TV to hear somebody say shit, piss, god damn it, and nothing will happen. I don't think anything should, because, like I said, we all already know the words. The fact that you're trying to cover them up is what makes them even worse, because people will find them out and be like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna use that now." Probably my, and I'm gonna end on this note. This is probably my favorite example of just the insanity of people that want to just censor stuff for the fact that they don't approve of it. About 2, 3 years ago, there was a guy who wanted to have the Charlie Brown Halloween special pulled off the air. And you're thinking to yourself, wait, there is absolutely no profanity, nothing wrong or inappropriate in that. You would be correct. The reason he wanted this pulled was because, and I'm quoting at this point, Charlie Brown was referred to as a blockhead, and he was given rocks instead of candy by the adults. So that not only showed bullying from both kids and adults in the special, but it advocated it because it was the adults who were doing the largest part of it. We can't win. People will want to censor anything because they will make up an excuse to find it offensive. I grew up on the Charlie Brown Halloween special. I didn't even know you could find it offensive. Charlie Brown is as family friendly and appropriate and happy fun times absolutely will offend nobody as you can possibly get in anything short of like Veggie Tales or like a cartoon for 3-year-olds, and yet they will find it offensive. There will be somebody who will find a way. So why even bother anymore? Because people don't want to change the channel. They don't want to turn off their TV. They would rather it be canceled for everybody than have to change the channel so my 4-year-old daughter has to watch something else. Oh, that's just not fair to her. Yeah. It's people like that that just astound me, and the fact that people like that still exist blows my mind. And people will find reasons to get offended. I found this out. At that point, I realized people will get offended for goddamn anything. So why cater to them? Let us say what we want and do what we want within not just like explicitly doing anything we want to say. Like, yeah, I can understand porn still not being allowed. That's a different story. But I mean, like, don't force us to follow, well, you have to be within this specific guideline, and you can't say this, and you can't say that. Instead, you have to say this, or you have to say that. Just cut that crap out. Let people say what they want with them, do what they want artistically. If they want to continue to use those replacement words for comedic effect, actually, it works pretty well when you're doing it intentionally as a parody. When you're forced to, and you have to follow within those guidelines for a show that is already, you know what's going on. 2.5 Men has to censor themselves all the time like that. And when Charlie Sheen was on the show, never once did the actual censored word go through your mind. You knew what was going on. And anyone over the age of 5 knew what was going on. Why they bothered censoring it, I don't know. And I hope that they stop, or at least tone down on it, because it's just insane, and there's no point to it anymore. And we need to, as a society, just look at each other and say, we are adults here. even little kids know what the words are. You have to take responsibility and go to your little kid and say, these are what these words mean. Some of them are bad. Some of them are really bad, and I don't want you to say those in public. But you can say them uh, uh, around here. You can listen to them and know what they are. But that's taking responsibility, and there's the problem. We don't want to take responsibility for ourselves. Fuck no. It has to be somebody else that watches over us. I hate people. Anyway, that's enough rambling from me. I put a shitload of time into this, and god damn if I'm not pissed from talking about it. Anyway, this has been Math Machine saying, peace out.